I live in the country, in Nebraska. Yep, from Omaha, but moved to a small town. Now I got these people's fucking dogs running all over the place. Right now, they're harassing my animals. I can't do anything about it. I'm gonna drive it to the Humane Society in Omaha. Good luck finding your Maggie. She's taking a long ride to be put down. I'm just kidding. I know, boo, I love dogs. I just took in a stray dog. The neighbor down the street wasn't taking care of the dog. It was living under my camper. Yes, I live in a camper currently. I'm trying to build a house. COVID fucking wood, okay? Do you need any more explanation? Turned out disastrous. It actually went back to me injuring myself and then going to a Baumgars. Do you guys have those down here? It's like a store where you get feed and stuff. It's the country. And I was on Oxycontin and riding around a little motor scooter. And I was like, I'm going to buy chickens. And I was in a different town at the time, so I made these teenage boys load up a chicken coop and a bunch of chickens. So I was high as shit, and I was like, my family's going to love this. And I'm just scooting around, get home, go set them up the next day. Turns out they're banned in my town. Chickens are. So I hid them in the garage. And then one of them turned out to be a rooster. So it was, it's doing its cock-a-doodling. And the neighbors called, the people that they call, and they're like, dude, you can't have chickens. And I'm like, fuck this town. And I sold my house, moved further out west, bought land, and then COVID hit, and people were like, everyone's dying, we can't build your house. I was like, shit. So I got a camper. It's been over a year, and the cabinets are on back order, so whoever the fuck's fault that is, I don't know. Is it anybody's fault anymore in America? What is this? This fucking town ran by the oldest motherfucker alive? We can talk about that real quick. Biden, he's got like a walker pooper and shit at the Oval Office. So shitting and writing executive orders. He doesn't know where he is. He's so old. And this isn't even politics, it's just an observation. He's so old that when he takes a shit, he has to take a nap directly after to recover from the shit. Because it takes so much out of him. So, there you go. Some of you guys are like, I love how old he is. I love that he smells like mothballs and diapers. You fucking love it. I know you do. I don't care. I don't even watch the news. I haven't watched the news since 2018. I literally have no idea what's going on, except that Joe Biden is the crypt keeper and fucking old as a motherfucker. That's all I know. That's literally it. I live in ignorant bliss. It's going great. I don't even know COVID exists till I went to Mexico last week. It was a bitch to get out and in. But the Mexico, it's cool down there. They got an ocean. Not that impressed. Kansas is like an ocean because it's as flat as the ocean. You guys are literally driving through. It is as flat as water, watching the sunrise in Mexico. That's what Kansas is. Real windy down here, huh? I love it, though. Small town life. I already started buying cars that I'm not even going to drive, because that's what you got to do when you move to a small town. I just buy cars and put them in the yard. And I figured it out. And they were like, yeah, I'm going to fix it up one day. I'll fix it up. No, it's perfect. You cover your yard in cars, don't have to mow. Boom. It's genius. Genius. But being out in the country, dude, my son's 9. I send him outside to play all the time. And when I travel, I go to these cities. It'd be the nicest day in the world. No kids outside. They're all inside working on their diabetes. And they're doing a real good job. Right, bro? And I'm not making fun of fat kids, because I was a fat kid in the 80s and 90s, when there weren't very many of us. And we were alone, scared, and hungry for snacks. It's just a good time to be a fat kid. I'm a little bit jealous. Because now if you're on the playground, a kid's like, you're fat. The other kid's like, so are you. And then they're like, you're right, let's eat pies. I have one defrosted in my backpack right now. I get pumped when I see kids, because it's like seeing something I don't see very often, like a bald eagle. We're like, oh my gosh, is that a child? I think I've seen one of those before on a Netflix documentary. Terrifying. Why is it bright? I'm like, it's called the sun. You got to trank them, check their tags, get them back to their mom's basement, hold them close to the teat, nurse them back to health with the Mountain Dew. just got to get that high fructose corn syrup in there. And then they shimmy and rise. I've seen it like 3 times. I support kids being out there, man. I saw 4 boys. They had their buddy in a trash can on a skateboard at the top of the hill. And I'm like, that is awesome. I stopped my car. I'm like, do you guys need me to help push? I will ram him with my car. Let's do this. Gave my wife the keys. I'm like, go home. I'm hanging out with my new friends. These are my people. I've been married a long time. Like your first guy, I believe his name was Jeremy. Is it Jeremy? Is that his name? Yeah, I'm looking right at your face. He interviewed us before the show. He's like, I'm the biggest fan of comedy. Now he's on his fucking phone. Shame on him. He asked me, he's like, are crowds like hard? Do they have bad crowds? Only when people are on their phones. I just give him crap. That's a nice guy. He's wearing a fanny pack. I dig that. I dig it, dude. Usually you don't see people wearing fanny packs unless you're on vacation in hot locations. And then you'll see dads wearing them, and they're filled with like lotion and chapstick and broken dreams. I got some fanny packs of my own. Yeah, the first dude, he said he's been married for 16. I'm 15 in. That's good in America. Hard work. Relationships are hard, man, you know? Like, you gotta work on them. So I hate when, like, you meet couples that say they never fight. Have you ever met these people? They're like, we never fight. We've never had a fight. I'm like, yeah, you know who else never had a fight? OJ or his wife. So I hope you look forward to a gruesome murder. Because when you bottle it up, someone's gonna jump out of a bush and slit a throat. Told you to put your clothes away. How could you not fight? Like I told you, I live out in the country. My car was being fixed in Omaha. And they called me in the morning. They're like, hey, your car's ready. Well, my wife is just about to leave to go to her dentist appointment. So I'm like, I'll hop in, drop me off. I'll get my car. You go to your appointment. Boom. So we start heading out, get into Omaha. She starts pulling over into a gas station. I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm going to be late. You got to get out. I go, you're abandoning me at a gas station? She's like, I can't miss this appointment. You got to get out. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? She's like, you'll figure it out. I'm like, I'll figure it out? So we go back and forth. I'm like, fine. So I start getting out. I had my mom's crock pot with me because I was going to return it to her on my way home because I'm a good son. I'm getting out and my wife goes, here, take this crock pot. I go, you're abandoning me at a gas station with a crock pot. Like a crazed homeless man, just wandering around, looking for an outlet. Like, you have an outlet for my crock pot? I just really need to slow cook some socks and underwear. It's gonna get chilly later if you have a simple outlet. I was like, no, I will never take this thing. She's like, you have to. I'm tired of looking at it. I go, if you make me take this, the police will find me wandering the streets with my pants off, simmering one little smoky. So I left the crock pot, but I got out. Boom, compromise, marriage. 15 years. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but it's working. I don't know how it should be. Yeah, there's a lot of things. I got married young, 22. People are like, it'll never work. I don't know. I could have used some advice. You know, you could have told me. Someone could have told me it was like being grounded all the time. That would have been helpful. You know? Like, at least when I was a kid and my mom grounded me, I could convince her to let me go to the park and swing on the swings. My wife's like, the swings are broken. I'm like, how do you know? She holds up a chain. I'm like, no! Why'd you cut them? She's like, get inside and watch Lifetime where you belong. There's a good one on. It's only 4 hours. Crazy, man. I like it though. You know, women, we love you. You make a house a home, and we appreciate that. Do we want our own space? Yes. Where do you put us? The garage. Or in this guy's case, he said, fuck it, I'm going to build my own place to hang out. So when you have money, you can build something awesome like this. But for those of us that don't, it's a 2-car garage. And we're just hanging out with our buddies, standing around a heater talking about how many BTUs it has. We're like, yeah, you feel that? You feel that? It's 400 BTUs. Oh, yeah, it's toasty. Just picked it up at Home Depot. Yeah. Oh, you need another pair of gloves? You're good? Okay, no, I love it out here. I love it. No, I don't want to be in the basement of the house I pay for. I just want to be right here in the garage. I tried having my own space. At the time, we had like a split entry home. Those basements are just like a long hallway. One day I went down and I was like, this half, my half. Cut things out of magazines I love, taped it to the walls. You know, throwing stars scattered about, shark teeth probably. It's a cool space. It lasted a week. All right? Every day I came home, it disappeared little by little. On the seventh day, nothing was down there but a candle and potpourri. So I just went down there and had my period. There's probably nothing else you can do at that point, but, you know, things are great. You know, we're on the same cycle, we're aligned. Less fights. It's a good time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if, I can't, if something happened and I had to date, I don't think I could. Like, I'm not going to get on, like, Tinder. I don't know what that is. To me, it just looks like a bunch of people playing Russian roulette with AIDS. But I could be wrong. Swipe, 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 AIDS. That's where I grew up, guys, okay? 80s and 90s, we didn't have COVID. We had AIDS, and they scared the shit out of us, all right? How many people remember that? How many people were, yeah, you remember. You couldn't even get blood on, I wrestled. You couldn't even get blood on the wrestling mat. They're like, AIDS! When it touches the air, it turns the AIDS. It was a horrible time. But it was also the greatest time. I graduated in '01, the last greatest generation before cell phones ruined everything. And the internet. Am I right? Dude, you can tell your parents you were at your friend's Matt's house. You weren't at Matt's house. You were fucking maybe in a ditch. It didn't matter. You were just hanging out. You could do whatever you wanted, and it was awesome. And now all you guys have teenagers right now, and you're probably tracking them, aren't you? You got a freaking FBI, CIA shit going on. And I don't blame you. I got a 20-year-old daughter. Yeah, that's what happens when you have sex in high school. Everybody thought the woodshop teacher was a lesbian. She was just really good at working wood. I don't know. I'm kidding. She's actually adopted. It's our niece. We adopted her when she was 7. I got the pleasure of dealing with an 18-year-old girl. Shame on you, women. Obsessed with your boyfriends at that age, aren't you? You're hard to deal with. You're in love. Do everything. And I hated her boyfriend so much. I hated him so much that one time I was on the road flipping through channels in the hotel. Romeo and Juliet came on. I watched it. I didn't even get sad. I was like, her parents were probably relieved. Probably like, we can finally get some sleep. Going to bed. It's a rough time. I don't even know where I was going with that. I just shared you a dark secret of mine. You guys stared at me in judgment. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I don't think I could date though, man. It'd be too, I'm too comfortable, you know? I don't want to hold my farts. That's one of them. Done with that charade. Because when you're courting a girl, when a guy's courting a chick, man, you know, a lady, let's say, he's holding his farts for like 2-3 minutes tops. Like for 2 or 3 months. All right, walking around fully clenched. His cheeks look fantastic in a pair of khakis. You know, and she's like talking to her friends, he's so nice, he's so polite, so respectful, and then you're laying in bed one dark and fateful night. Just laying there, and you hear like a pop, pop, and you're like, what's going on? He's like, brrr. She's like, no! And he throws covers over your face, he's like, Dutch oven! She's like, ah! Like, I just ate Skittles, taste the rainbow! Oh, no! She's horrified, but she's relieved, because she's like, finally, I can be myself. Toot! And we're like, sick, you do that? That is disgusting. You need to leave now. She's like, I live here. It's like, shut up and go, you beast. It's a double standard, ladies. I'm on your side, okay? Why do you think the world is so divided? The country is so divided. We haven't accepted one another's farts. You accept the fart, you accept the person. I want to live in a world where I rip one on an elevator and the guy next to me goes, yeah. Yes. Smells like you had a good lunch. And I'm like, I did, and we high-five. And he offers me investment opportunities. It's my world. That's where I want to live. Well, you guys all drinking or what, man? Ready to drive home? They don't got Uber out here. You guys are on your own, for sure. Hopefully you'll make it out of that sweet tree tunnel that we came in. I know one of you bastards are going to be like, fucking just make it like 5 feet, crash in one of those trees. I don't know how he fucking, his head came off. He was only going 5. Yeah, I quit drinking. I went to jail in South Dakota. Not cool, man. I only had like 3 beers, but I didn't eat. It was New Year's Eve, and it was freezing outside, and I was in the middle of nowhere, and I just wanted to get back to the hotel. Cops, in wait, a trap, a booby trap, in the middle of nowhere. I don't get it. So I was like, I got this. You know, I did all the tests, passed, blew on the thing, blew real hard. You know, I was like, I got it. I mean, I really stuck it in my mouth. I blew a .08. And I was like, yes, I did it. And he was like, no, it's .08 and above. You're going to jail. And I was like, shit! 45-minute drive to jail. I was completely sober. He opened the door. I just hopped out with handcuffs. He's like, usually people can't do that. I'm like, I'm a sober man. You put a sober human in jail. Do you have any books? Yeah, that's right. I'm so sober, I'm going to fucking read. All they had was women's erotica literature. Swear to God, that's all they had. I go, do you have a Bible? They're like, no. I'm like, this is where I find Jesus, in jail. You don't have a Bible? So I read a woman's erotica literature and was awakened to the fact that you women are into some weird shit. I had no idea you love dick veins so much. Yeah, you love the penis veins. In there, penis membranes pulsating. That's what I read. I had to look it up. I'm like, what's a penis membrane? Apparently it's the big vein on my dick. I didn't even know that, but you women know. So I read it all, and I went home, you know, and I was a new man, fresh out of the clink, or the clank, or whatever they call it. So I was ready to ravish my wife. I threw a rubber band around my dick. I was like, look at it! Look at the veins! I know you love them, look! She's like, what's happening? I'm like, jail changed me, bitch! I learned things in jail. So I can't drink anymore. I had to. I loved it too much. And weed. I had to give up weed. You want to know why? Too strong. What the hell is going on out there? Dude, I miss 1999 weed. That's the weed I want. I want all the seeds, all the sticks. I want the stuff that Snoop Dogg hates. I want to roll a blunt with my buddies and smoke the whole thing and watch a movie and giggle, not take off my shirt because I think I'm having a heart attack and demand that someone call an ambulance, which happened to me. My buddy's like, it's got like 10 milligrams in a gummy. Here you go. Ate it. Next thing I know, because I'm shirtless, because when I'm too high, I think that's the only way I'm going to live. And I told my wife, I'm like, call an ambulance, I'm dying, I'm having a heart attack, this is it. She's like, I'll drive you there, the hospital's a mile away. I'm like, no one's faster than an ambulance. She's like, calm down. I'm like, check my pulse. She's like, your pulse is fine. So she put me in a recliner, put a wash rag on my head, I passed out, woke up, I was like, oh, that was weird. That was very odd. I go, what was my pulse? She goes, I didn't check your pulse, it was weed, jackass. Touche. I'll tell you what, once weed is legalized and Kansas starts going to war with Colorado, whatever's happening down here in the Sunflower State, I'm going to tell you what, man, I'm opening up CrossFits called Weed Fits. That's right, where we train you to build up your tolerance. We'll start you off small with a one-hitter, then we'll do bowls, then we'll do some joints, some blunts, hot box under a blanket, some weird shit, cut the bottom off a 2-liter, do some gravity bong rips out of a bathtub. Right? Yeah. I like how people are like, weed is medicinal, man. It's my medicine. I'm like, you smoke weed out of a bathtub like a degenerate. It's your medicine. Now you smoked your medicine with a blowtorch. It's called dabs, apparently, you know? It used to be, where's my lighter? Now it's, where's my blowtorch? I don't even think you smoke meth with a blowtorch. But you smoke your medicine with it. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, I'll drive home tonight, completely sober. I still smoke so much weed, I'm still paranoid. I think everyone behind me is a cop. I don't even care if it's a semi. I'm like, it's a semi-cop. They're in semis to trick us. We're all going to jail. Fucking 3 hours I'll be doing that. 3 hours, yeah. One thing about age, too. Dude, I'm losing my butt. It's moving into my love handles. It's very upsetting. So now I'm in public all the time looking at dudes' butts because I'm like, look at those two cheeks. They're plump. The belt rests right on top. You know, that's the butt I want. That's the butt I need. I'm just tired of being butt crack shamed by my wife. She's like, pull up your pants. I can see your crack. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do, woman. Pull my pants up to my nipples, tighten my belt till my legs turn blue. I'm just trying to survive. All right? It's little. It's cute. It's furry. Pet it. Give it a name. Man. I just got pet peeves. I'll show 2 of my pet peeves and bring up your headliner, Mr. Nick Allen. And yeah, give him a round of applause. Nick's a very funny dude. I've known him for a long time. He's got cool merch. I'd rather be masturbating. Yeah. You put this on your semi. If you guys are semi drivers. You're going to have even more people driving by you jerking off. So, I know the stories. I got pet peeves now. I hate the handkerchief. I'm not going to lie. Guys that carry a handkerchief, and I know I'm in farm country. Maybe you're an older guy and your grandfather did. Ignore my rant, okay? I get it. You lived in a time with no electricity and dirt floors. You needed a rag. There wasn't toilet paper. I get it. But now, no. I was talking to a guy my age, mid-conversation, pulls out a handkerchief, blows snots and boogers into it, folds it up, puts it in his pocket. Hell no. I wanted to slap it out of his hand to be like, this ain't the Oregon fucking Trail, man. There's a bathroom with 900 feet of toilet paper right there. We are a civilized people. Do you also take a dump in a hole in the backyard? There's a guy up there, he's raising arms. One time I had a guy wave his handkerchief in the air like a white flag. He was so proud. Leave the house. Where's my keys? Where's my wallet? Where's my bedazzled booger cloth? It's a weird life. I hate it when people act like they know famous people they've never met. That drives me nuts. Like I was at the grocery store and I heard this woman in front of me go, Leonardo DiCaprio's a nice guy. So I go, you know Leonardo DiCaprio? She goes, well, no, I just bet he's a nice guy. I go, Leonardo DiCaprio is a freak. He's been famous since he was a child. He's never seen an ugly person in real life. I'm like, show me a picture of him with an ugly person. It does not exist. He's always surrounded by models. She goes, well, he's been in movies with ugly people. And I go, yeah, and if they're unfit for his eyes, he films the scene alone with the green screen. They put the ugly person in later with special effects. She's like, no. And I go, listen, I got a friend. He's very famous. He told me before he goes to sleep at night, his manager checks under the bed for ugly people. Reassures them they're make-believe just like monsters. She goes, no, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And when I meet him one day, I'm going to ask him. And I said, you will never meet him. She goes, why not? I said, I think we both know why. Hey guys, thank you very much. That was my time. You guys were a blast. Thanks for the guys for having us out. First comedy show ever. Yeah, at the coolest venue I've been to in a long time. This place is rad. Love it. All right, man, you guys ready for your headliner? All right, man, you can hear this dude every morning on Todd and Tyler's Radio Empire, coming out of a radio station down here somewhere. And Nick's been doing stand-up forever, man. He's been on Last Comic Stand. He's absolutely hilarious. You guys are going to love him, man. Put your hands together for Nick Allen!
Hutchinson, what's up? One more time for Austin Anderson and Jeremy Rush. Yes. I gotta sit here and feel like Gene Simmons for a second. The fucking skull chair. The red shed, this place is cool. I love it. It's nice to be out of the house. Everybody was inside for a long time. I have to get used to being out. Go be at a bar. And they'll be like, do you have a vodka preference? I'll be like, Kirkland? Yeah, that? I like gigantic bottles of Kirkland vodka. Is there a Costco around here? No. I buy the big bottles sometimes when I go to throw them away. Like our recycling comes once a week, and I'm always just praying there's not another bottle in there that I'm like throwing this one on top. It's good to be here. Yeah, I quit my job to do stand-up. July, I quit. I had it. Yeah. My wife did not clap. She was pissed. I'm like, I'm quitting. And the whole time I'm like, I'm betting on myself. I'm going to bet on myself. This is what I'm doing. Then I put in my 2 weeks notice, and I was brushing my teeth, and my eyes, I caught my own eyes in the mirror, and I'm like, I'm betting on myself. I'm like, oh, fuck, but I'm bluffing. Big fucking bluff. Shit, but we're here, Red Shed. This place is cool. How about Jeff and Merle? This place is fucking badass. Oh, we took a wrong turn. I followed a car, and I'm like, oh, the car has got to be going to the show. The car was not going to the show. The car was going to the house. So we've been in the driveway. We turned around and we found it. Yeah, I have kids. I have 3 kids. My oldest 2 are teenagers. I think they're about to start fucking. Not each other. They don't like each other well enough to fuck each other. I'm not worried about that at all. But in general, they're going to start fucking. My daughter went to homecoming. She's a junior. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Finger bang night. It's fucking finger bang night. I know, you're there. I shook the dude's hand she went with. I know, I met him. I just couldn't help but picture that guy fucking smelling his fingers on the way home. I know how it works. I've been there. I'm not fucking immune to the fact that that's going to happen. This kid, my youngest son, plays football, and his dream was always that his sister would date a football player. So now she is, but he's the kicker. So my son was like, when I said football player, I should have been more specific. Yeah. Maybe. My oldest son has a girlfriend now. We were all surprised by that. He didn't hang out with anybody. And all of a sudden, he was on the phone all the time. And we're like, what's going on? And he's like, I met a girl. And we're like, oh, cool. Like, where does she go to school? We live in Omaha. And he's like, Ohio? I was like, what? I'm like, where did you meet her? And he's like, Snapchat? I'm like, oh, shit. Like, is this a girl? Is it just some dude, like, send me another picture of your feet, kid? What size you wearing? Like, she's real. Turns out she's a real girl. Then he asked us, he's 18, so he's kind of at the point where he can, like, make his own. He still lives with us, but he's old enough where he's kind of like a little adult, but he lives with us. And he's like, I want to go to Ohio. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, my wife and I were trying to decide if that was a good idea or not. And while we were trying to decide if that was a good idea, he's like, her mom's going to drive her here. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, this is happening. Like, he's going to be, like, his girlfriend's coming to town. I was terrified. Like, I'd never really given him a sex talk. Just before I went to high school, I was like, hey, like, do you have any questions about sex? And he said, no. I was like, all right, we're good. You can't get an Xbox pregnant? I was fine with that. I'm fucking, like, fine with it. And then I procrastinated, so I gave him the Santa talk at the same time, too. I'm like, you know about Santa, right? He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. We're good. My youngest son is in middle school, and I still haven't given him the Santa talk. I need to do that because, like, he eats lunch next to girls who are pregnant. He may or may not believe in Santa Claus. They're wondering how they tell their mom, and he's like, wondering if Santa still accepts lighters and shit. It's not good. I've got to give him the Santa talk. I was a holdout on Santa Claus. I believed in Santa Claus until I was in 6th grade. What, did you too? What's that? What'd you say?
Santa brings all kinds of shit.
Well, yeah, he does, but it's also your parents. She said Santa brings all kind of shit. By the way, so I believed in Santa Claus because I trusted my mom and she told me he was real. And then finally, all these kids at school had been like, he's not real, he's not real, he's not real. So finally, to my mom, I get home one day and I'm like, is Santa real? Like, really, is he real? And she's like, no. I'm like, what the fuck? You lied to me this entire time. It's all been lies. I was so fucking pissed. So that was 6th grade. And then 7th grade, it was time for confirmation. They were like, are you ready to accept Jesus Christ as your personal savior? Fuck no. I see how this shit works. Like, you should have started with Jesus. If that would have been the story the whole time, I would have been on board. You guys aren't into that. Are you churchy? I heard you were methy. It seemed a little churchy. No? You don't look like a methy crowd, but is meth around? Yeah, you're a little too excited about the meth over there. It's here. I heard there's a space museum. See the people that created all the shit for Apollo 13, but no Costco. You guys got to get a Costco. You have a Cosmosphere. They don't have $1.50 hot dogs. Yeah, so this girl, when my son's girlfriend was coming into town, I'm like, oh fuck, I have to give him a real sex talk. Like, it's time to have a sex talk. So one day, we were driving around. He was driving, so I think that kind of puts me in like, I was like in the bitch position. I'm not really like in a dad spot. Like, it was kind of weird. But I was just like, hey man, I'm like, she's coming to town, and I'm like, with sex, I'm like, you just need to make sure that she's on board with anything that happens and that you use protection. And he just goes, fuck. And he's like, we're not gonna do anything. Like, okay. I believed him. He was earnest. But I also hope this girl is strictly into butt stuff. I'm not ready to be a grandpa. Nobody's ever become a grandpa because your fucking teenager had ass sex. Nobody. You are a hard crowd to read. You guys here okay in the back? Yeah? All right, I guess we're just in for it. Fuck, yeah, I'm not ready to be a grandfather. I'm terrified though. I made my parents grandparents when they were like 40, and I'm about 40. But I'm not ready to be a grandpa. I still don't really think I'm ready to be a dad. I think what happened... My kid's 18, but I think what happened when he was born, my wife and I had 6 weeks notice he was on the way. 6 weeks, no bullshit. Like, I'd always seen those shows, like, I didn't know I was pregnant, I didn't know, and I'm like, how the fuck do you not know you're pregnant? Like, everybody's got to know. But then what happened to us is my wife, she was a little late, and she gained a little bit of weight. So we went to the doctor, and on the first visit to the doctor, they're like, we need an ultrasound. I was like, oh, shit. That's not good, first visit, ultrasound. So they come in, and they measure everything, and the doctor goes, you're going to have a baby in October. And I said, this year? It's like, yeah, this year. Nobody's ever been told they're having a baby in October of the following year. It's the 10th month. We were 21 at the time, so we both turned 21. Well, we did not know she was pregnant with him. We got completely fucked up. 21st birthday, you're just going for it, hey. Then we had a baby, I'm like, oh fuck, like we were wasted. So now there's sometimes he'll do some shit and I'll be like, what the fuck is that? I'll be like, oh, shit. Sorry, man. Some of this is on us. Like, yeah, I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a girl. I'm convinced the boys are mine. My youngest son said to me once, he goes, Daddy, wouldn't it be cool if dinosaurs came back and they were nice and we could ride them? Like, yeah, that would be cool. He doesn't even smoke weed and he's saying shit like that. It's like, all right, he's fine. My oldest, we found out that he used to think that you vacuum carpet because it grows like grass. He thought we were mowing the living room. It's like, all right, he's mine too. My daughter is beautiful. She's talented. She's smart, and somewhere some motherfucker owes us a bunch of child support. We could use it now. We're broke. I guess I did just quit my job. It wasn't helping. I used to get so pissed on payday, just fucking pissed. They'd give me a check, and I'd be like, you motherfuckers, I'm here all the time. The check sucked. We get bills. We'll take the kids to the doctor, and then we'll get a bill from the doctor's office, and they'll be like, your insurance doesn't cover this. Like, oh, fuck. Oh, I don't either. Call them. I had to go to the doctor. I've always been afraid to go to the doctor because I thought that I was going to show up and they were going to tell me I had 3 weeks to live. So I'm like, oh, if I'm not there, they can't tell me, I'm fine. So then what happened is I had to go to the dentist. So I go to the dentist, and just before he puts Novocaine in my mouth, he takes my blood pressure. And this guy was like, ooh. I was like, what's up? And he goes, who's your primary care physician? I was like, you? I don't know. He's like, you need to find one. And I was like, when? And he's like, now. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, this is what I was worried about. Fuck. I felt fine. So I went to the doctor, and they took my blood pressure. And it turns out the blood pressure was, I have something called white coat syndrome, where I'm afraid of doctors. I'm like, I fucking knew that. I knew that's why I didn't want to come. I knew that. And then they drew my blood and ran that. And it turns out I have high triglycerides. I didn't know what that was. It turns out it's fat in your blood. So not only do I have a gut and tits, but my blood is fat too. So like, great, I'm fucking fat on the inside, it's perfect. Fuck, God. So this lady, she's like, cut back on the red meat and the alcohol. And I'm like, yeah, that seems like a lot. And she's like, and exercise. I'm like, okay, I'll do the exercise. I've tried to exercise in the past, and what I would do is I would do 40 push-ups. I'd knock them out, and I would look in the mirror, and I would still have tits. So I'm like, fuck this, I did the push-ups, I'm out, fucking done. So I've been trying to stick with that, because I think what's going on is my tits have I have a fold on top of both of them. There's one here, and there's one here, both sides. And I gotta get rid of that because that's where the triglycerides are hiding. Not those. Until they send me a bill, I'm fucking never going back. I knew that this shit happened too. Like, we got stimulus money this year. The government's just like, hey, take this money. And I knew the same thing was gonna happen. It always happens with our tax returns. So we get this money and we think we're rich. And then we go to Arby's twice. Fuck! It's gone! We're like 8 roast beef sandwiches and that's it? It's fuck. Oh, shit. Yeah, kids, I don't know what I'm doing as a dad. I do know that if my kids ever start smoking weed, I'm going to be able to bust them. It's like now, whenever we drive around and we go through a skunk smell, they're completely grossed out. They hold their breath, they gag, they hate it. But someday, if we drive through the skunk and they just go, like, all right, guys, where's it at? Looks like Dad's getting some free weed. To punish them, I would sit them down and make them watch me smoke their entire stash. Like, we're hanging out tonight. Go get my Kiss records and your mom's yearbooks. It's getting weird. Is that the train? Yeah. I knew it was going to happen. I heard it earlier, and I'm like, oh, it's coming back. Yeah, my wife was editor of our high school yearbook. And she peaked. At least she did something when she was in high school. I didn't accomplish shit. I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. The only thing I know how to say in Spanish is Yo voy a una película con mi novia, Sarah Mulholland. That means I went to a movie with my girlfriend, Sarah Mulholland. I've never had a girlfriend named Sarah Mulholland. But I was in Spanish class for 4 years with this guy named Jeremiah Bauer who did. And every Monday, you would have to come into class and say what you did over the weekend, but say it in Spanish. And every fucking Monday, Jeremiah Bauer would say, "Yo voy a una película con mi novia, Sarah Mulholland." Like, really? You go to a movie every fucking weekend? My biggest regret from high school is not just raising my hand and getting called on before him some Monday. And the teacher would be like, "Nick, what did you do this weekend?" And I would turn to Jeremiah. I would say, "Yo voy a una película con mi novia, Sarah Mulholland." She's mine now. We're going to all the movies. They're married now. So the only thing I know to say in Spanish has the wrong last name. Huh? That's real dumb at the end. And throughout the whole thing. My house is crazy, so I have 3 kids. We have 2 dogs. We have a turtle now. Thought the turtle was going to be cool. It's not. Turns out turtles carry salmonella. So we have a raw chicken breast with a shell swimming around in this aquarium. You can't do shit with the turtle. At one point, we had all the kids. We had 3 kids. We had a dog. And my sister walks into my house and in front of my entire family goes, "My friend's giving away puppies." I was like, why the fuck would you tell everybody that? It's the last thing we needed. We had a dog, and he was a dick. He still is. He's a dick. We didn't train him to be a dick. It's just in him. It's who he is. He wasn't trained to let somebody know you're pissed at them by taking a shit on their pillow. Nobody taught him that. It's just fucking inherent. He's just shitting on pillows. And they're like, "Let's get another dog." I'm like, fuck. Like, the dog that was an asshole would run out of our house. And I'd be like, "Let him go." Like, we all make choices. It's fine, but the kids would freak out. They would freak out, so I'd have to run after this dog. There's nothing worse than chasing after a dog you do not want to catch. They're fast. I caught him every time. He lived in our house. So I stood strong against this extra dog for a long time until one day, my youngest son, he goes, "Daddy, can we please get that puppy?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Fine. We'll just get it after you die." Shit. I changed my mind. I had to. I wasn't going to be murdered so these kids could get a puppy. I know the hierarchy. It's like puppy, dad. They wouldn't have been upset at my funeral. They would have been fine. Like, "Sorry about your dad, man." Like, what? Getting a puppy? Who gives a shit? We'll name him Dad. My wife wants to have another kid. It's fucked up. She watched me get a vasectomy. Went with, saw the whole thing. When you get a vasectomy, what happens is they pull the tubes out, they cut them, tie them in knots, solder the ends, and smoke rises from your ball sack. She watched this happen. She's like, "They can reverse that?" I'm like, "No. They can't. Mine's done." Like, that smoke is like when they pick a new pope. A decision has been made. And she said we could adopt a kid. I was like, "We have $8. Like, you can adopt a kid for $8? And if you can, I don't want that kid in my house." Like, does he always shit on the pillow? He's been hanging out with the dog. Yeah, kids, my kids are crazy. I also have nephews. My nephews are insane. I have 3 of them. I took them out to eat. We went to one of these restaurants where the peanuts arrive before the meal. I crack open a peanut. It flies across the table. My middle nephew yells out in this crowded restaurant, Uncle Nick just busted a nut right in my face. Shut up, kid. This is a family restaurant. Yeah, I'm trying to talk my wife into getting her clit pierced. I just want to know where it's at. I think I found it twice. But if I could go right there, that would be some shit. Found it again. Who knew? We've been together for a long time. I think she's gonna leave me. I get it. I would if I could too. I get it. When sometimes I'll fall asleep on the couch, and she used to wake me up and tell me she was going to bed. And she says she does that now, but I think what she does now is just tiptoe by me, and she's like, I know she does. I'm gonna pretend to be sleeping and fucking catch her, not saying shit. We've been together for a long time. I'm getting older. I'm not real old. I'm to the age now where I go to the grocery stores and they're playing all my favorite songs. I love it. I'm in the soup aisle, Third Eye Blind song. It's like, and doop doop doop, soup 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 soup. I'm at the deli, Pearl Jam's playing. It's like, which one's the better ham? I love grocery shopping. I do the self-checkout, get the employee discount. I steal shit. I don't give a fuck. I have a plan. Some things, if I'm buying something light, I'll make sure I get two, have both in my hand, scan one, it won't trip the scale. Hey, free salad. Fuck 'em. You're shaking your head. Do you work at the grocery store? I don't care. Everything else, the light shit, there's a plan for that. Everything else, I'll try to scan it, and if it doesn't beep on the first time, like, that shit's free too. That's the only place I still wear a mask, is a self-checkout. I'll just put it on, look right in the camera, and just like, free, 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 free. Paying in cash. Find me. I don't care. I want to get busted. I want somebody to be like, dude, you're not ringing everything up right. I'm like, oh, fuck. Did I miss training? I don't give a shit. I don't work here. I'm stealing everything I can. You guys ever buy firewood? That's like buy one, get all of it free. It's outside. Yeah, I have potting soil. Yeah, that's tougher. That takes longer to put in the car, but fuck it. Yeah, I have had to make some changes in my life as I get older. Like in the past, if I thought I had a chance of getting laid at night, I would rub one out in the morning so I could last a respectable amount of time later in the day. I can't do that anymore. Now, if I rub one out, that's it. It's gone. I've rubbed it all out. There's nothing left. I tried to fake it once. It's hard as a dude. I went for it. I was just like, oh! My wife was like, what the fuck was that? I don't know, but that shit went deep. Like, good luck finding that. God, I used to ask my wife to shave my back before we would go swimming. I don't know why. I thought it was misguided. I know why, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, I thought if my back was shaved at the pool, I had my shit together. But I still have the bald spot and the tits and the guts. It doesn't matter. It's not helping. It doesn't fucking matter. I stopped asking her to do that. And I stopped because I don't think there's a single dude whose wife has shaved his back and fucked him on the same day. There's no way. She's like, Man, I'm gonna fuck this guy later. Can't wait. Give me some of that. He's banging the razor off of the sink. It's disgusting. It's not fair. That's why she's not waking me up. Dude, there's a lot of reasons. That's one of them. Yeah, these radio commercials piss me off. They play these down here. These commercials come on and they'll be like, hey man, you get a little soft. What happened to you? You're not as hard as you used to be, you limp dick bastard. They play these in the morning. Dudes are driving to work and they're like, what the fuck, man? Like, why? Like, old guys used to just be able to get old and watch birds and collect stamps. Now they have to have boners all the time? Why? When have you ever heard, man, your grandpa can't even fuck anymore? He's done. My grandpa's 85. Grandma's over it. Why? He's like, maybe if I fucking fold it up and put it, hey, it's over. What, you guys just picturing your grandpa's fucking you out? He's in the war. Give him a break. It's time for a break. How you guys doing? Yeah? Yeah? I drove the Ford Focus here. It's pretty fucking sweet. I did not let my daughter's homecoming date borrow that. To me, it's like a high school car. I drove that car off the lot, and I felt like I should just go right back to high school. Fuck. It's not tough. I want to get one of those pairs of truck balls for it. It's like, I'm trying. I want to get the truck balls and a license plate holder that says I'd rather be masturbating. Like, you'd rather be fishing? Not me. I'd rather be spending some time alone. If you had that license plate holder on your vehicle, nobody would look in your window at a stoplight. Like, don't look, that dude sneezed on his window. Ah. I do, Austin showed you guys earlier, I do sell those. My wife makes them, she's very proud. So, it's a license plate holder that says I'd rather be masturbating. If it's not right for your car, it's probably great for somebody else's car. You have a friend that passes out at your place, has too much to drink, can't drive home, send him home with one of those. Just put it on the back. What is it, Friday? Anybody gonna see their grandma before Sunday? Maybe she's going to church. Maybe grandma should surprise her friends. The back of her Buick. Damn, Peggy's fucking flicking the bean. I have the license plate holders. I have koozies too. I have tall ones for White Claws that say fresh bitch. When I'm drinking a White Claw, I feel like a fresh bitch, and maybe you do too. Then I have short ones that say cool balls, dudes. You know, hey, cool balls, dude. Do you guys listen to Todd and Tyler? Yeah! All right, perfect. We're gonna do something here. You guys love Craig? Yeah! Craig's a fucking champ. How many people don't listen to Todd and Tyler? Don't be shy. Okay, so Craig stutters, and we give him a hard time about it a lot. And one of the clips that has stuck over the years is he was trying to say Hutchinson, Kansas, and he said Hutchinson, Kansas. So it's been played ad nauseum for years. It's a staple of the show. It's not played every day, but it's played a lot. So what I was thinking would be nice, let Craig know that Hutchinson loves him. Is that if we took a video where you guys go, we love you, Craig. Like, let's stutter. Go, we love you, Craig, right? Two, we, and then love you. You guys good? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to film both of them. We're going to do a practice run. And then I want to film both of them. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to grab the mic stand. He'll love this. You guys, I don't know if this is nicer or not. So I had Wichita yell at Puss to stop fucking goats. But okay, so we'll do like 1, 2, 3, and then you guys go. We love you, Craig. Right? All right, let's go. There you go. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. We love you, Craig. Nice. That was fucking great. All right, let's do one more just in case that one didn't work out. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. We love you, Craig. All right, one more time. We love you, Craig. All right, perfect. Thanks. You guys were great. I think I might have been fucking it up on my end here. Nice. He's gonna be very happy. But what's fucked up about that is I'll put it on social media, and Craig smartly does not have any social media, so he won't know about that until Monday morning. I don't know if I should text him and ruin his weekend or not. I think he'll appreciate it, or not. He may never talk to me again, but that's gonna make the show all weird. Huh? It'll be fine. Yeah, we're good. Craig's all nonchalant. He doesn't give a fuck about much. No. All right. You guys are like, what's next? I'm trying to figure that out. No, we're good. My dad's gay. Yeah, that's exactly how Mom reacted. She was thrilled. Now, we all should have known before we did. We didn't. Dad's gay. I did a show in Eagle, Nebraska once, and I was like, my dad's gay. And this guy goes, how's that work? I don't know. I think it's a lot of like, fucking like butt sex. It's like standard gay shit. Who are you here with? There you go, man. It's the safest form of birth control. Gay butt sex. Oh. Yeah, Dad's gay. He slobs knobs and shit. Sometimes when I was a kid, he was like, sometimes he'll tell me I'm a real chip off the old block. I don't know, Dad. We live on different blocks. He came out of the closet when I was in middle school. I was like, oh, fuck. Middle school is one of the worst places on the planet. You can get made fun of for anything there. I got made fun of once for having a pencil. At school. These assholes were like, what do you need that for math class? Like, yeah, I do. You're gonna need one too. What the fuck is wrong with this place? And then Dad's like, I suck cocks. I'm like, no, shit. Like, not good timing, Dad. I was horrified. It ended up being okay. Nobody found out when I was in middle school, but I was worried about it. Like, I think if I were in the same situation now, if I was in middle school, 2021, and Dad's gay, I wouldn't give a shit. Because now, everybody has somebody in their family who's gay. And if you don't think you do, that's either you or your most homophobic cousin. The dude at Easter that's like, you see what these queers are doing now? Like, dude, just suck a dick and pass the salt. Jesus Christ. Nobody gives a fuck. My dad, he was excited when gay marriage was legalized. I was too. It should have happened a long time ago. Like, when gay couples are together, it's because they want to be with each other. Nobody forces them to be together. There's never going to be a shotgun gay wedding. Like, boy, knocked my boy up. See you at the chapel, son. I hope my daughter's a lesbian, so I don't have to pay for half her wedding. What, are we looking at 2 brides here? All right. And split the check. Gay marriage should have been legalized a long time ago. Selfishly, I'm glad they waited. It's like if my dad would have been comfortable enough to come out of the closet in Sac City, Iowa in 1981, I wouldn't even be here. I would have just been a load on some dude's back. Done. Like, turn over that Christopher Cross record. What else is going on tonight? Dad's all gay. I don't know why he said some completely fucked up shit to me. What's the most fucked up thing your dad's ever said to you guys?
Give me your best shot.
Give me your best shot? Your dad said that?
Damn right.
In a fight?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Did you?
I tried to.
Oh, fuck. That's fucked up. Sorry, I'm opening up some old wounds here. If it makes you feel any better, my dad said to me once, he goes, I don't mind a hairy hole. My dad! Fuck! God, that's the grossest fucking thing I've ever... And then he can't be like, I hope you're talking about mom. But I knew he wasn't. I knew. I've never brought that up on a show before. You guys, I don't know if it's the couches or what. I feel like this is a therapy session or some shit. I don't know if that's going to stick in the set. That might be a one-off. You guys are here. Going to David City, Nebraska tomorrow night. They can be like, that was okay, except for the hairy hole, man. Don't come back. Ropers might not be right for you. Yeah, my dad, he makes fun of people constantly. I challenged him once. I was like, I don't think you could go an entire day without making fun of someone. And he's like, all right, you're on. And then we pulled it to the store, and he said, Walmart doesn't count. That's fair. Walmart sucks. I lived in Omaha. I live in Omaha. I've lived there my entire life. This is a true story. I'm not making this up. And also, I do have kids, and my dad is gay. After shows, sometimes people will be like, do you really have kids? Is your dad really gay? I'm like, you know how fucking psychotic it would be? If I did, like, that would be insane. Yeah, so the true story, it was probably like 9, 10 years ago. I don't know if you're from Omaha. There's just like a midtown Walmart. I turned the corner, I have a car, I turned the corner, and fucking Warren Buffett himself was standing in front of the cheese. And I was like, there's no way that's Warren Buffett. But it's fucking Warren Buffett, just in a Walmart. I got so pissed. It's like, how much money do you have to have before you never have to step foot in a godforsaken Walmart? This guy has $50 billion, and he's like, in the Walmart. It's like, fuck. God, I followed him around a little bit. He's an asshole. Like, he owns Coca-Cola, which is insane that anybody owns that, but he owns Coca-Cola. But Pepsi was on sale that day, so he was buying Pepsi. Like, you no loyalty motherfucker. I've talked to people about that. They're like, that's how he has all that money. He shops at Walmart, buys shit on sale. I'm like, bullshit. I've done both those things for a long time. I don't have $50 billion. I'm trying to save up $8 for this adopted kid. Watch him fucking fall down the stairs all the time. Jeremy, can I get one of those highlights, please? One more time for Jeremy Rush. Yeah. Austin Anderson. Thanks, man. Oh, Austin's sitting right over there. We got sleepy time Austin back there. Austin hasn't been drinking. I'm kind of hoping he'll drive us to York. That's where we met. Tonight. We met in Omaha a long time ago. Austin's one of the craziest people I've ever met in my life. I love him. Did you remember the first time we met? No. First time we met, we were in high school, and we had mutual friends that were in a band, and they were playing at this Godfather's Pizza. You guys have Godfather's Pizza down here? It was just like a big Godfather's Pizza, and our friend's band takes a break. I just met Austin. We were the only two dudes that were there with our friends in the band, so they're playing. We're sitting at this table, and the band takes a break, and Austin goes, "I'll be right back." And he goes up and grabs the microphone and raps a cappella Ice Ice Baby in its entirety. Killed it. And then he came back to the table like nothing happened. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I've never seen anybody else do that. I never will again. It's fucking, we have a lot of fun. Do it now. We'll see how he feels at the end. No, I don't want to put you on the spot. He might be. We'll see if the mood strikes him. You want to do it now? All right. Austin Anderson.
You started this. I don't know if I can remember all the words though, Nick. All right, we'll be like, yeah. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly, float like a harpoon daily and nightly. Would it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Turn off the lights and I'll go to the extreme and rock a mic like a vandal. Light up the stage and watch it jump like a candle. Dance, commercial that booms. I'm killing your brain like a poisonous mushroom, deadly. When I play a dope melody. What? Yeah, so it's still there. It's somewhere. It's in the recesses.
Austin Anderson. I feel like I didn't mean to put him on the spot, but I feel like I did. Shit. Oh, it's getting rowdy in the back. I feel like the butt sex lady started that. Of course you're yelling, "Baby got back." You just said butt sex was the best like 12 minutes ago, dude. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Yeah, so Walmart, I'm broke. You guys, do you have Runza down here? Has that made its way to Kansas? All right, so Runza's like a regional Nebraska chain. There was once I got home and there was a coupon for a free combo meal from Runza sitting on my kitchen counter, right by where I keep my keys. So it was like perfect. I took this, went and got lunch, it was great. And I get home that night, and my daughter goes, "What happened to that Runza coupon?" It's like, "I went and got lunch." And then she said, "I got that as a reward from school." Like, shit. I felt bad at first. Then I realized she's never paid for a meal in her entire life. It's like, "Where's my free lunch?" Like, they're all free. They've always been free. Don't keep your shit by my keys. I'll do it again. Kids are expensive. Ours eat every day. Multiple times a day, every day. We end up grocery shopping all the time. Like, when our kids were young, when they were first born, I'm like, our house, it's going to be nothing but the best. We're only going to have Kraft cheese. And that lasted like a week. Now, when we shop, if there's a store brand available, we'll buy it. Our Family, Great Value. Great Value, that's Walmart's store brand. There's nothing great about Great Value. At least they name their shit. We shop at Hy-Vee a lot. You guys have Hy-Vee here? It's a fucking grocery store. We shop there. Hy-Vee doesn't even name their store brand. Hy-Vee's store brand is called Hy-Vee. My kids don't care. My kids are convinced that the Hy-Vee brand tastes better than anything else. Like, I'm glad you think that. Because you will never taste a Lay's potato chip. You go to Target. Target store brand is called Up and Up, and the logo is an arrow that points to the upper right to the shit you wish you could afford. Like, look at the Glad trash bags. Like, never. My favorite store brand is called Surefine. Surefine. It's perfect. It inspires no confidence in mediocre products. People at Surefine don't give a shit. They don't even spell sure right. They put an H in it. They're like, Surefine. But I think that's what you say to yourself when you're buying a store brand. You're looking at the crackers, like, what are these, Club, $3.99? These Golden Wafer Crisp, $2.18? Surefine. They should just call it Fuck It. It's $2.18? Fuck it! We eat the store brand shit. I'm fine with that. We used to eat a lot of Totino's party pizzas. We stopped. They're wretched. If you're lucky enough to somehow not know what the Totino's party pizza is, it's a little shit pile pizza. Cost $1.35 for the entire pizza. An entire pizza should cost more than $1.35. It shouldn't be sold in a bag. They used to have an ounce of self-respect and put this in a box. They sell it in a fucking bagged pizza that you can cook in the microwave from a frozen state. It's fucked up. Totino's knows it. That's why they call it a party pizza. Like pizza needs an adjective in front of it to describe how good it is. It doesn't. If it's pizza, it should just be good. It's like pussy. If somebody told you that a party pussy, would you eat that? Sure. Bye. Fuck it. All right, Hutchinson, you guys have been a lot of fun. Thanks for coming out for the show. Thank you. All right, if you don't mind, I'll leave you with a song tonight. Baby, don't understand why we can't just belong to each other's hands. This time might be the last I feel unless I make it all too clear. I need you so. Fuck yeah! Oh. Take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Learn to live so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up that I sin. Take these broken wings. Baby, think tonight that we can take what was wrong and make it right. Baby, it's all I know that you're half of the flesh and blood. It makes me whole. I need you so. So take these broken wings and learn to fly again, learn to live so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up and let us sin. Yeah, yeah. Yeah! Let us sing. of the flesh and blood that makes me whole. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So take these broken wings and learn to fly again, learn to live so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up and let us in. Take these broken wings. You've got to learn to fly, learn to live and love so free. And when we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up for us and let us in. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
Thanks for coming out. Have a good night.